Alright, welcome back Twitch, welcome back YouTube. Let's go back to just another game, Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. Where there's been killing and harmony. I don't know, but let's look at this body. Listen, I don't choose the things. Except I do. Alright, take this body. Hey, I can't look at the blood here. It would not be important to put the eyes on the Monokuma file if it didn't come up during the trial. Huh? It would not be important to put the eyes on the Monokuma file if it didn't come up during the trial. There are eyes on the Monokuma file? Tenka's dead body. She took her last breath crouched over like this. According to the Monokuma file, her only injury is the stab wound to her neck. This wound was fatal. This must have caused instant death. I didn't hear a scream during the seance. Oh, wait. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Oh. The truth bullet. Okay, I gotcha. Would Tenka really keep her mouth shut despite the pain?
Nope.
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
Huh?
What do you mean?
What's the point?
You were concerned about that, right?
Okay.
With a wound this deep, the victim is too shocked to do anything except die. You're speaking from experience?
That's obvious.
Of course. Quick deaths are my specialty. Well then, that makes sense.
By the way,
the real question is, what was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon around. You're right, I don't see an obvious murder weapon. That could be a clue. Tenka's last moments have been added to the truth bullet section of your modified. Why do we have to take a look at her front? That's even worse. Alright, what about this small rock? Could this kill a large woman? There's a rock next to Tenka's body. This must be the marker stone. Tenko had her forehead on this rock hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. She's large and like she's muscled. She's pretty built. There have been a couple of scenes where they really showed off her fucking legs, and they are muscled as hell. How did the tiny magic girl lift that cage? Adrenaline, probably. Microstone has been added to the truth bullet section of your modified. Fine. Are you... Oops. Are you... Hang on a sec. Are you... I don't know why I'm going slow. Are you larger than 5 feet 5 inches and 115 pounds? Alright, okay, I need to look at the cage. I wanted to see if I could look at the ruined magic circle, but I can't from this angle. This is the cage used in Seance.
is this...
It looks to be around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. It's a pretty large iron cage. Damn, you're bigger than me.
Okay.
Big enough for a person to fit inside. During the seance, Kokichi and I we were supposed to remove it as well. But it was Himiko who rushed in and removed the cage first.
Hey,
Hey, look at this.
is this...
A blood stain on the bottom of the cage. Probably Tenka's blood, yeah?
That's true.
Yes, I imagine so. This splatter must have been made when she was killed.
What do you mean?
35 inches? You don't have... Your chest isn't at 35 inches? I'm pretty sure my chest... I haven't measured it. My chest is around 32 inches. I'd have to measure again, but I'm pretty sure I'm in the 32 to 35 inch. I know my waist is about 36 inches. Which means Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage.
Okay.
I think you're right. Tenko went under the cage before the seance. But when the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead. Oh, okay. Yeah, she had a 35-inch chest. I was about to say, yeah. I don't think that's that big of a chest for a lot of people. I think that's a pretty average adult-sized chest.
Then...
If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain this bloodstain, right?
Huh?
Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted. That is a possibility. 38. Never mind. I don't remember specifically what my chest is. I think I'm 32 to 34 inches in the chest, and about 34 to 35 inches in the waist. The last I remember. I don't know if that's changed since COVID. I know my waist hasn't gotten any bigger. Alright, anything else to look at in this area? Okay. Magic circle it is. It's the magic circle Kiyo drew on the floor. Well, at least it was.
Oh dear.
It's been completely stomped over. I suppose it was unavoidable.
well...
That's the thing about, that's the thing I've noticed about Japanese measurements. They tend to not do cup sizes. They tend to do like just three measurements in centimeters, I guess. Hang on a second. Was this drawn with salt?
Yes.
Whenever I perform a seance, I always use salt.
What?
Are you feeling alright? You sound ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I have performed many successful seances. Why, I've even had spirits enter my body.
Right already.
Shut up. I don't want to hear about your stupid delusions. Maki really doesn't beat around the bush. It's kind of refreshing, actually.
But
In any case, with all these footprints, I can't make out the original circle.
So what?
We'll find out in Kiyo's lab. It should be written in the Cage Dog Village document.
Hey,
Isn't that right, Kiyo? He seems depressed. I suppose that makes sense. Magic Circle Korikiyo Drew has been added. Alright. White cloth. Probably there's gonna be blood on this. It's the white sheet used for the seance. This was placed on top of the cage. Kiyo was the one who removed it.
is this...
This cloth is pretty thick. It's similar to a window curtain, but it's completely opaque. And on the back... Look, there's a blood stain on it right around the middle of the sheet.
but
But no hole in the fabric. Which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through this cloth.
Okay.
She was stabbed while underneath the cloth. Alright, that's been added. Dog statue. It's the wooden dog statue used in the seance. I believe it's called the Dog God. During the seance, this wooden statue was on top of the cage. It took 4 of us to remove it. The wooden statue is pretty heavy.
if I remember correctly,
Kiyo said it was about 175 pounds. It's about the weight of 2 girls.
What?
What do you know about girls? Have you even touched a woman besides your mother? What?
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding, anyway.
Is this...
If this heavy thing was on top of the cage, then Tenko wouldn't have been able to get out easily.
okay.
You're right about that. That didn't sound like you were kidding earlier. Alright, there's the dog statue. Oh, it's this hole in the corner. There's a small opening in the corner of the room. It doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still.
Is this...
A hole? Looks like there's space under here too. Oh, hold on. I can see something below. It looks like something dropped down there. What? Something dropped down there?
Got a minute?
After we check everywhere else, why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves?
Okay.
Right, let's do it. Alright, so I'm guessing they want me to talk to people, probably. Let's see at this point. I love fucking glow. The fucking glow coming off Kibo is great. Yeah, thanks just talking to people. Alright, let's do this.
Oh,
Man, what a lame function. You used to meet him like a transformer or something. Alright, so you're useless. We'll just keep going down the line. This investigation is over and shut, and it's all thanks to me for giving Kibo his new function. Now then, Kung Fu's killer is obviously one of you stupid assholes who signed up to do this bullshit seance in the first place.
no.
No, not necessarily.
Huh?
Seriously? The seance was clearly set up to lure her in and kill her. How could someone who wasn't in the room kill her?
Could it be...
So you believe that Tenko was killed during the seance?
Fucking moron!
There's no other possibility, shit for brains. God, you don't even know that? It is true that Tenko was alive before the seance began. Alright. Blah 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 blah. Tenko answered Kyo, so at that point she was most certainly alive. But when the candles were relit... So we're just establishing the timeline as a truth bullet here. What time exactly was Tenko killed after the candles were blown out? This may be an important part of this case. Okay, so it's not even going to be a truth bullet, it was just scenes.
That cannot be.
Why? Why did this...
I knew it.
Kyo, I know the murder was pretty shocking.
But of course.
Of course, I am shocked about that as well. But why did the seance fail? We performed all of the steps flawlessly. He seems more concerned by that than the murder.
Ah, yes.
Oh, if we perform the Cage Chow again and summon Tenko's spirit this time?
This is stupid.
Cut the crap. Just tell me what happened during the seance. Both you and Shuichi were present, right? Did she get killed during the seance?
I see, yes.
True. It may be best to move past what happened and know why the seance failed.
Is that so?
Whatever. Just hurry up. At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko, the spirit medium, position herself as a turtle within the magic circle so her head touched the marker stone. Then Shuichi and Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. After that, I placed the white cloth over the cage. Then all four of us placed the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage. Afterwards, we stood in the four corners of the room. Kokichi and Shuichi blew out the candles.
Yes.
Finally, we all sang the caged child song. The seance should have been complete, but
Ah!
now that you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during the song. Yep, that would be strange. It's a mystery to me as well. I thought someone may have tripped, perhaps. That is a pretty loud sound for someone tripping. Perhaps Kyo knows something.
What do you mean?
And then what happened?
Yes.
We called out to her, but no reply came. I had Shuichi and Kokichi relight the candles. And then we removed all the items from within the magic circle in the opposite order. First, all four of us removed the dog god statue. Next, I took off the white cloth, and then... Himiko ran over to the cage, and the moment she lifted it... Then it sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance.
No.
But would it not be difficult in such darkness? Besides, she was inside the cage, yes?
Then
When was she killed?
Well, that's...
Yes, that is a problem.
I see, yes.
There is another problem.
How?
And that is why ever did the seance fail? I simply cannot figure it out.
Perhaps.
Maybe someone moved from their corner? Did someone else sneak in here?
what's the point?
Obviously, since the seance was clearly a sham. Maggie never was one to pull her punches. Alright, Sounder and Seance, we finally got that added. Alright, Gonta, you're gonna be useless, I'm gonna skip you.
Hey!
Himiko! Hey Himiko, be strong Himiko!
Wait,
Gonta, if you shake Himiko that much, she's going to break.
What?
But she's not talking, it's like Himiko's not even here.
like I thought.
She must have been really shocked over Tenko. Let's leave her be for now. Okay. Himiko. Alright, there's still something I have to investigate. I guess I'll talk to you.
Leave it to me.
Leave it to me. I shall become the guiding light that shines on you all. Alright, you're useless. Maki?
Well,
There we go. Do these floorboards seem a little unstable to you? They're tough to walk on. Himiko is a twig compared to anybody. The floorboards aren't nailed down, they're just lying on top of cross pieces. That's what Gonta told me. That's probably the reason they're a little unstable. They've only been laid on top. That's why they're unstable.
Well,
Well, the boards are fairly thick and sturdy. I can't imagine they come loose easily.
is this...
But if someone wanted to remove a floorboard, they could easily do so, right?
okay.
I suppose. Talk to you. I said things that made Tenko look suspicious, and now this. I'm sorry, Tenko.
Stop it.
Cry later.
What?
Huh?
Because...
Crying won't bring Tenko back, and if we don't investigate thoroughly, we'll die too.
Okay.
I need to find out the truth and pin down the culprit, for Tenko and all of us.
I guess...
Right. Tenko would want us to figure it out so she'd have no regrets. That would be the best way to apologize. Okay. Maki, did you change positions?
Well,
Is this...
Okay, no. Nothing different there. Alright, Gunta, should I talk to you actually?
Why?
First Angie, then Tenko.
How can this be?
Gunta's so ashamed. Why Gunta no could protect friends? That's kinda cruel, lady. Oh, maybe the candles? Let's look at the candles. Candles hung on the walls. They're the only source of light in the room. There are no windows in this room, so without the candles it was pitch black. But how did the culprit kill Tenko in complete darkness? He said if they're not the same, if the same person didn't kill both, then it's irrelevant. She could be relevant still. There's a possibility. Alright. Did I miss something at the body? Oh, I missed that, the crooked floorboard. This floorboard is loose. Or did this spawn after we talked about the floorboards? And it's the one right under Tenko.
Why?
Why is this floorboard loose?
if I remember correctly,
It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the seance.
Why?
Why would it come loose during the seance?
but
A floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. And someone must have loosened it on purpose. There we go.
Hey,
Maki, we've finished investigating up here. Perhaps we should check under the floor?
By the way,
It seems pretty dark down there. What should we use for light?
that's true.
Let's bring a candle. With Kibo's light from up here, that should be fine.
okay.
Then I'll go get a candle. Remove that floorboard so we can go down.
Okay.
It's a euphemism for sex. We're gonna have sex under the dead body. I pulled out some of the floorboards near the hole and took the candle from Maki. Then we carefully made our way through the hole and under the floor. This is a lot more spacious than I thought. You can move pretty easily on all fours. Maki, get on all fours. Do you
Okay.
want to die? Let's look around for clues.
Well,
It'd look pretty stupid if we found no clues after crawling around in this dusty place.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, the big clue is probably gonna be the fucking dripping blood. Alright. Blood dripping from the gaps in the floorboards. Fresh blood. This is definitely Tenko's. But there's dried blood over here. There's a blood stain on the ground underneath the loose floorboard. That's pretty far from where Tenko's blood is dripping down. It's under the same floorboard, just at different ends. Why is there blood here?
hey,
Hey, the back of this floorboard has blood on it too.
Ah,
You're right, there's a little bit of blood on the underside of this floorboard.
what do you mean?
Did Tenko's blood splatter here when she got killed?
that's true.
I wonder. I can't really be sure yet.
Okay.
But these bloodstains here are completely dry. There must be some reason these particular stains are dry. Alright, dried blood. Loose floorboard. And we don't give a shit about this blood over here. Bloody sickle. There's a sickle here, and there's blood all over it.
Okay.
The blood on the sickle is fresh. This is it. This is the murder weapon.
Is this...
This came from my research lab.
Huh?
It did?
well,
The sickle can be used to assassinate a target. It can be thrown without losing any lethality, and you can hide it under your clothes, too.
Well,
If she were attacked with this, she wouldn't stand a chance. The blade is about 6 inches,
that's right.
and since Tenko is in the cage, she wouldn't have been able to defend herself.
but
But even if this is our murder weapon, how did the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade could fit through the gaps in the cage, but could it reach her neck?
That's true.
The cage is about 3 feet high. If you were to stab into it with a 6-inch blade, well, it would depend on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's impossible. No, not Maki. I like Maki. Then her posture is the question.
Hey,
If the weapon is down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right?
that's true.
Perhaps after killing Tenko, the culprit threw the sickle under the floor in the dark. Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of these is possible. Alright. What else we got? Oh, is that our candle? That's not it. Oh, a hole. Some of the wood is corroded and is broken off so you can see into the next room.
hey,
This is the wall of the empty room, right? Looks like there's wood along the wall. This part is rotted away. Looks like natural rot. This hole wasn't made intentionally. But I can get into the next room through here.
that's true.
If I remember correctly, the room next door is also empty, right? Then the culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under here instead of using the hallway.
No.
True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did alright because we had a light. Without that, it'd be pitch black. That might make it impossible to move around in there.
Nope.
Then they could have used the light like we're doing right now.
Well,
True. They could have used a light to move around under the floor. Is that possible? Probably not. Because with the gaps in the floorboard, we probably would have seen any light. Especially as dark as the room was. Dried blood. Alright, anything I'm missing? No, still things to investigate? Really? Oh, this. Cut crosspiece. Oh, look! Part of the crosspiece that supports the floorboard is cut off.
That's true.
It's near the loose floorboard, and the portion missing is about the same width, too. And from what I can see of it,
That's true.
it wasn't broken off naturally. This was cut by someone. There should be saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. The question is, why? Another cross piece is supporting the floorboard, so it might not follow this portion is missing.
Then,
So what purpose did this serve? The floorboard underneath Tenko's body is loose, and the cross piece supporting it has been cut. If the culprit did all of this, then why? Alright, cross piece has been added. I think we finished investigating here. Probably
Is that
somewhere in the blood. Maki, do you want to head back up? Glad you asked. I was starting to get fed up with all this dust. After Maki and I crawled out from under the floor, we put the floorboards back and returned to our investigation.
by the way,
We've only been investigating this room. You sure that's wise?
Huh?
What do you mean? New theory, Anji's murder was listed at Tenko's murder.
because
If Anji and Tenko have different killers, then the black end we need to vote for is
You're right.
the culprit for the first murder, the culprit who killed Anji. That's what Monokuma said.
then
So, instead of investigating Tenko's death, shouldn't we be investigating Anji's?
Okay,
Yes, of course.
but
But this is bigger than the killing game. For the sake of the two who died, I need to reveal the truth of both their deaths. Well, I understand why you feel that way. But if you plan on investigating the other crime scene again, we should probably hurry. I don't think there's anything left to investigate. I'm pretty sure we were pretty done. When I came to the hallway, a scene more surprising than I could ever imagine unfolded. Really? More surprising than another murder? 3 murders!
It's a lie!
Did I surprise you? Were you gonna scream and cry in terror?
huh?
What are you doing?
Oh?
Oh, sorry. I'm just a little lightheaded from the blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood.
Why?
Okay, so that little shit. Really, that's what lady really wanted that to be true. Just love how he pokes his head up. It's a lie! Okay, so what are you doing? I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door. Then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard.
Huh?
You stepped through a floorboard?
That's so mean.
Jeez, that got me good. Because of this, I tripped and fell pretty hard.
got a minute?
If you're gonna lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything.
Ah.
Sorry, my bad. I guess there was no cross pieces supporting this floorboard, so I kind of stepped through. Bad luck. The cross piece was gone? Does that mean... It means I'm done making voices.
Confidence, dreams. That's what the Killing Game is all about. Killing Game fans, hold your head high and watch with your own 2 eyes. Baseball, soccer, mobile games, they're all nothing compared to the Killing Game. The Killing Game just can't be beat. Behold, students, the entrance to the trial grounds!
I guess time's up.
Oof.
Aw, man, it's because of you guys. I didn't have enough time to check something.
Huh?
What were you trying to check?
See?
I wanted to re-research the sands again, so I brought this document with me. But unfortunately,
Man.
I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. Keel perfectly reenacted the sands as to what was written in the document. He drew this magic circle the same exact way as in this picture. Not only that, he used the exact same tools too. Nothing suspicious about this whole thing. Well, I wanted to check the finer details, but I'll tell you about it later. At the class trials. See you there. Kokichi left, the blood loss clearly affecting his footing a bit. Bloody Kokichi! It's a lie! That's been added to the truthful section of your modipad. Let's go to.
That's true.
Yeah, okay. Is Maki nervous? I see, so even she gets nervous sometimes.
Do you want to die?
What are you staring at? Do you want to die? Kokichi, I will say that Kokichi's got a reason for everything that Kokichi does. Every single thing, he has a reason for it. Alright, I'm gonna teleport. There we go. I'll go right. Right. There. Alright, and with that, Twitch, YouTube, we're gonna call an episode here. Twitch, I will continue in a moment. YouTube, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming out and joining me. As always, I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the song, let me know. Give me likes, give me comments, remember to subscribe. And I'll see you then. Twitch, we'll be right back with the trial. Which actually, we're starting pretty early in the night. I'm so proud of me. Alright. YouTube, see you tomorrow.